and you come back and you realize, that there's something deeply upsetting about what you see around you. Okay, so just in Jodhpur, for example, 2-3 weeks ago, I read that they were in ICU. Now, ICU is intensive care, correct? You know what these rats in ICU? Did you read about it? Yeah. That's pretty sad, right? I mean, I would not have wished to be in that ICU. It's really sad, and it may be funny if you're not there. Right? If you're not involved, it's funny, like, oh, rats in ICU. But imagine if it was you. Like, you wouldn't want a rat in your ICU. God forbid you ever end up in an ICU. Okay, I don't wish you do, but those kind of things. And what do people do then? What do people like me do when they see these things? What do typical Indians do, especially people who are living abroad? What do? They come to India, they see, poor people, बेचारे गरीब हैं, ये कुछ करते हैं, right? कुछ करते हैं. So what do? They call a few friends, they find out, tell me a name of a good charity, कुछ बताओ भाई कोई अच्छा काम कर रहा है तो थोड़ा सा पैसे देंगे, correct? So they give a little bit to charity. है ना? थोड़ा सा देते हैं. If they want to give, they give a bit more. They maybe even start, help them one day a week या कुछ ऐसा भी करते, right? They do charity. And charity is great. You know why? Because फिर रात को चैन की नींद सो सकते हैं. यार हमने तो charity कर दिया, अब मैं क्या करूँ? मैं थोड़ी ना fix कर सकता हूँ rats की problem, right? So I gave a little bit of money to charity. I am fine. I can't do anything more. Okay, that's the feeling you have. So you do a bit of charity and you feel good, and then you can sleep peacefully at night. Saying, okay, I am doing my bit. Whatever I can, I am doing. Because I can't fix the rats in ICU, but at least I gave a little bit to charity. But, over 8, 10, 12, 15 years of looking at this and constantly being forced to compare between what can be in a developed country and what is the reality in India. Being constantly, because I was traveling, even today I spent half my time in India and half traveling, and so every time I come I see the contrast. It's like someone took you from here to there and all the time you're seeing these differences. And it makes you think that is charity really going to fix this? Can you really fix India's problems by charity? Even if all of you decide to do charity, I do charity, every one of us decides to do charity, 10% of our income, 15%, whatever, that's still not going to fix India. So that realization, when it hit me, that the charity is not going to solve our problems. It may make you feel good, okay? It may make you feel good that you are doing something. जो लगता है ना कि कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे, and you feel a bit guilty, right? Because you are doing very well, you are successful, and you feel कि वो बेचारों के लिए कुछ कर देते हैं. So you feel less guilty, but you realize and you know in your heart of hearts that it's not actually going to solve any problem. It might improve things. I mean, जैसे बत्ती पे कोई लाल बत्ती पे बच्चा अगर रहता है या कोई बेचारा कोई भीख मांग रहा होता है, you tend to give, but you know that's not going to make him capable of earning his food, right? It's just going to wait. थोड़े समय के लिए उसकी शायद भूख मिट जाएगी बस, maybe at best. Maybe, right? And so most people say, don't bother because that's not really helping. And when this realization, dawned on me, and I began to think what is going to solve the problem, and then realized that the problem, India's fundamental problem, is not, poor people or bad roads or rats in ICU. These are all symptoms. Okay, they are symptoms. And they are symptoms of what? And I realized that these are symptoms of bad politics. These are examples of bad politics at work. And you begin to think about this, you realize that almost everything that you touch in your day-to-day life, literally almost everything, is influenced to some degree by politics. Okay, the fact that your road outside your institute, that's not a very good road. Why? Because of politics. The water that you get is not drinkable. Why? Because of politics. Okay, you have rats in ICU, same reason. Now, country that produces food grains that are enough for 1 billion population and yet people starve. Politics again. Farmers, attempting suicide, selling their daughters off for a few dollars. Why? In the end, everything, even the fact that you are here in this room and someone else is not. Okay, now you know and you went through this very rigorous screening process, but the process itself is at some level, it's not perfect. Because by one, someone who did not get admission by 1 mark, for example, just 1 mark. Now that person is not stupid, right? That girl or boy is not stupid. Maybe a bit unlucky. But today, almost everything that you look at, is broken here, including the education system, and we know it. Okay? Now, the common mistake people make is they assume that the poor are stupid. Actually, the poor are not stupid. They become stupid because they are never given an opportunity like you and I got. You and I got an opportunity to realize our potential. Okay? Fortunately, your parents and my parents had enough money to send us to a school where we could study, and we had enough food in our stomach, and we had reasonable clothes to wear. So we got an opportunity to study, and today you are getting a chance to realize your real potential, right? But suppose there's someone who the guy sabji wala jo bechta hai, his daughter or his son will never get this opportunity. Now they may be very clever, okay, they may be very sharp, पर उनको कोई पढ़ाने वाला ही नहीं. I mean, they don't even go to school. So forget about ever coming to an IIT. Not because they are stupid, but because they just can't. They are not even at that stage where there is an opportunity that's opening up. So politics touches every aspect of your life. Whether you like it or not, it touches, and we are fooling ourselves when we say, I don't care about politics. That's, we are just fooling ourselves. It's like saying, I don't care about the weather. But you do care, right? Bahar thand hoti hai, you have to wear a sweater. You can't say, I don't care about the weather. If it's raining, you have to take an umbrella. So you may fool yourself thinking that I don't care about the weather, but you have to care. And it's the same with politics. It's all around you. And you may fool yourself into thinking, I don't care about politics, it doesn't affect me. Oh, it does. Everything you do, the job that you will have after you work, after you graduate from here, where you live, what happens, if your parents need help, what happens if you meet with an accident, at every level there is politics. And when that realization hit me, okay, that was the kind of aha moment. That if you really want to fix India, you have to fight at the level of the system. Okay, you have to challenge the system. You have to fight this indifference. You have to fundamentally attack what the country has become. And when this realization happened, it's also very sobering, because as you will realize, as some of you already realize, this is probably the hardest thing you can imagine fighting against. It is much easier to fight as an NGO for one cause. Like let's save trees. It's a simple cause, right? Let's save trees. It's much easier. Let's save trees. Because for two reasons. One, no one can argue with it. I mean, no one can say, no, trees should be cut. Yeah, everyone agrees, let's save trees, and all you are doing is saying, no, I'm actually aggressively promoting saving trees. So at the most, people will say, fine, I don't care much, but they won't oppose you. But when you try and change a system, you run up against a wall, correct? It's much easier to say, let's fix the road, right? It's so easy for you to get together and say, let's fix Jodhpur's roads. That can be done, and that will face less resistance, correct? Because everyone will like it, and no one will say, no, it's not a good idea. Or if you say, well, let's make sure ICUs don't have rats, people will say, that's a good idea. We will help you. But if you say, no, I want to change the system, I want to fight the system, I want to make sure that the rats will never get into an ICU again. If they do, the medical superintendent needs to be fired. Now, if you say that, you are in trouble. Because now people will say, oh, ये नेतागिरी कर रहे हैं, right? हमको नेतागिरी करने आए यहाँ पे, इनको चूहों से कोई लेन देन नहीं है, ये तो नेतागिरी कर रहे हैं. But the problem is actually netagiri. That is the problem. Because by taking rats away, you are not fixing. Rats will come somewhere else. जोधपुर नहीं तो उदयपुर में आ जाएंगे. कहाँ भागेंगे आप? ठीक है? या लोग बोलते हैं कि वो चाइना ने, this is hearsay, I don't have evidence to support it, but apparently during the Olympics, what the Chinese government did is shunted all the poor people outside of Beijing. ठीक है? तो क्या गरीबी खत्म हो गई क्या? नहीं हुई. You just transferred it from one place to another. You didn't eradicate poverty. So that's what you will do. If you think that by fighting rats in Jodhpur ICU you have fixed the system, you are mistaken. You know that. And so when you realize that this is where your work has to be, it's very sobering and it's very daunting. It's an extraordinarily daunting task and it's formidable. And where do you begin? Where do you begin? Where do you find the people? कहाँ से लोग आएंगे? How do you organize them? How do you, prepare them for this, to challenge the system? Because one man can't do it, one person cannot do it. Even 10 cannot do it. We need hundreds. Hundreds and probably thousands of people who are willing to say, okay, you know what, we are trying to challenge the system now. And help us. So 1, 2, 5, 10 won't make any difference. And that's when my journey began, okay? That's how I got into political activism. So